I got a download this morning while I was brushing my teeth because it's always in the mundane, isn't it? When all these downloads come in. There's a reason for that. I can get into that later. Let me know in the comments if you want to know why that is. Okay. I had a lot of people in my lives this past week struggle with the concept that 5D is not any better than 3D. And I know that's hard to understand, right? Because from a human perspective, it's like, well, it's a higher vibration. If it's higher, it's more. So why isn't it better? Okay. It is a higher vibration. That does mean you're further along in your journey. That doesn't mean it's any better than the other vibration, okay? And let me explain it like this. Think of it like chakras, okay? You've got all your chakras. The third chakra is not any better than the fifth chakra. It just is not, right? You have to have literally all of the chakras for an open flow of energy, right? This is literally a river of energy in which energy flows up and down throughout your entire system. So you have to have both the third and the fifth. And just like that, you could not have gotten to 5D. So like if you're a 5D person, you could not have gotten to 5D without first moving through 3D. You can't skip it. You can't bypass it. Literally no soul in all of existence who has had this earth experience can skip a chakra, not a chakra, can skip a density level to get to the next one. You can't bypass them, okay? Even Jesus Christ himself had lessons to learn to move through the densities. Now, he learned them quickly for lots of reasons, but he had to move through them too, okay? Everybody has to move through the densities. So the fifth density is not any better than the third density. So when we're talking about people firmly rooted in the 3D and people firmly rooted in the 5D, one is not better than the other. It's just indicative of where they're at in their journey, okay? Now, 3D people, this is where some of the judgment comes in. 3D people are more self-centered, like more about themselves. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I literally mean that is they're more focused on themselves, right? How can other people affect me, right? What can I get? What can I do? That's a 3D mindset, mentality, because it's important to understand those things about yourself. Again, you can't get to 5D, which is all about what can I do for others? How can I be of service to others? How do I affect the world? You can't get to that if you don't first understand yourself, right? You have to be able to understand yourself so then you can understand others. It always starts here because remember, it's only ever you versus you. Doesn't matter what you think or who you think you're fighting or battling. You're really only ever battling you versus you, okay? So the third density, not any worse than the fifth density. It's just a higher frequency. It just means you're a little further along on the journey, but you have to have both, right? If it helps, you can think of it grade systems. Like in America, we have the third grade, we have the fifth grade. The fifth grade is not any better than the third grade. It's just fifth grade. That's all that it means. Would you as a fifth grader go into third grader's classroom and be like, you idiots, you guys suck so much because you're not as good as us fifth graders? No, like that's insane, right? So one is not better than the other. Please let me know if this helps.